So, Walt, what has really impressed you about Norristown tonight?
Well, it's that traditional football tells you that the running game when you're up 19 points and you're mid-third quarter, the running game is where it's at. That's going to grind down the time. That's going to get you the yardage. That's going to wear out their defense, keep your offense on the field, and really put the game away for you. In this case, Abington is on to Troy Swittenberg now. It's that simple. They're keying on Troy Swittenberg, saying, we're giving up too much yardage on the ground. We're not going to let you beat us. Well, with 19 points, Norristown could easily have settled into Troy Swittenberg, Darrell Johnson, and just keep running the ball and punt it away and trust their defense as well as they've been playing tonight. But they haven't settled for that. They're sustaining drives with the passing game. That's what's really impressive. You have to have a lot of confidence. I mean, this is only high school. You have to have a lot of confidence that guys are going to do the smart thing. In the passing game, it's not just always passer to receiver. It's sometimes passer away from the defender. The main key here is Chris Blake cannot turn the ball over. And so far, he has been excellent in delivering the ball to his receivers and putting them in a good spot to catch it, but not giving the Abington defenders the opportunity. So I think we've talked about how diverse their offense is, but it's the fact that they're sustaining drives this late in the game with high percentage passing plays.
Now, Chris Blake leading the offense from the 12-yard line. Handoff is to Swittenberg. He's wrapped up inside the 10. Once again, we have to say Norristown just eating away at the clock and pretty close to getting points on the board right now. So you have to say that this game looks really bad for the Abington Ghosts. Now Blake on 3rd and 5. Swittenberg and Brian Gordon in the backfield. Blake on the keeper. Took it out to that side. Good pursuit by the Abington Ghosts. See how close he is. They're going to have a little bit of a distance on 4th down. We're going to timeout called by the Norristown Eagles. Trying to figure out what they're going to do on this 4th down play.
Well, I won't even venture a guess because Norristown has done a little bit of everything tonight, and they've pretty much done it all well. This is the tape that all those teams out there who will play Norristown the rest of the season will be looking at to scout the Eagles, because this is going to show you a little bit of everything. If Norristown has anything else in their playbook that they haven't shown tonight, and Roger Grove and his staff are working overtime. And so often you see a high school offense that really has to simplify because it's only high school. How many times can you practice? How many hours can you practice? Obviously, there's other priorities. In this case, however, the Norristown offense looks pretty complex, but give Coach Roger Grove and his staff credit. They've made those complex plays, taking them, putting them in different forms, and really made them workable for these players. And the players have executed just flawlessly tonight, absolutely flawlessly.
I have to agree with you, Walt. Just everything seemed to be working for the Norristown Eagles, and they must have been a really good week of practice because everything seems to be going right tonight. And even the small mistakes that they've made, a penalty here or there, you forget about it when people are making just as many good plays as they are bad plays, and they're making definitely more good plays than bad plays tonight.
Oh, absolutely, yes. The positives far outweigh the negatives tonight. This is a great way to go into what's going to be their toughest match of the season against the Bucks next week. And this should really give them a lot of confidence, and you have to go into Memorial Field with confidence.
Swittenberg, very close to the goal line. They got the first down on that 4th down play.
And again, bread and butter, trust what you know, trust the players that you know are your go-to guys, and that's Swittenberg, but that's also the right side of that line. And it's Doug White over there that is the main guy just driving forward. I think that's why the offense has been so successful this early in the season. It's not complex. They're not running a lot of complex plays up there, a lot of traps or anything like that. It's pretty much straight ahead blocking. And blowing the other team off the line is going to let your back get to that line of scrimmage very quickly, pick his hole, and hit it.
So Norristown 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Blake, the handoff to Swittenberg, and he is stuffed. Good read by the Abington defense there. So Norristown losing some yardage there. And Walt, this offense has been real diverse tonight. And this drive right here has really been Swittenberg, Swittenberg, Swittenberg. We're an Abington player down on the field.
Yeah, again, you always do come back to it. I mean, that Troy Swittenberg is a star running back in this conference, this state. I think the beginning of this year, he's just been outstanding. So you go back to it. You go back to what you know. You go back to what's going to work for you, and it does keep the clock running. I mean, that's the key point here. The incomplete pass is going to stop the clock, and running the ball is going to keep the clock running. And Norristown certainly hasn't been unsuccessful in their running game. I mean, Troy Swittenberg close to 160 yards tonight. They've been getting positive yardage on almost every play. So it's not that it hasn't been working. It's just that when they've needed it, they've gone to the air and been successful with that as well.
So Norristown 9:53 away from their first 3-0 start since 1991. And they will, a win in this game will make them 2-0 in the league, going into, as you said, that tough matchup against Central Bucks West next week. And Walt, that Norristown offensive line is just, you can't say enough about him. Troy Swittenberg is absolutely amazing in that backfield, and Darryl Johnson is just as amazing at the fullback position. But their offensive line are just opening huge holes and protecting Chris Blake during the passing game.
Yeah, absolutely, and with Chris Blake back there with good height, good strong arm, a little bit of protection is all he needs. I mean, you have a big quarterback and big receivers. They're giving him 5 seconds to throw. They're giving him everything he needs, and that's what's allowing Norristown to do many, many different things.
So now Norristown from the 5-yard line as the Abington player walked off the field. Blake up top, he finds Trey Hadrick, and that's a touchdown. Trey Hadrick was wide open in that corner. Norristown puts 6 more on the board.
And Trey Hadrick must have been wearing a green shirt because he was hidden. Nobody saw him. The defenders followed Damian Solomon on the short post pattern. Damian Solomon cut inside. Trey Hadrick popped outside and standing there all alone. All Chris Blake had to do was float it out to him. Hadrick had to go up for that pass, but we've already seen his great hands tonight. An easy touchdown and a well-designed play from the Eagles.
Norristown just once again confusing the Abington defense. Matt Spicko for the extra point. That is good. So the Norristown Eagles, a 26-point lead, 41-15. My math is correct there, right, Walt?
Scoreboard says 41. Why do the math when it's already up there?
That's true. And the crowd here tonight really been supportive, and band playing loud and the fans screaming and having a good time here tonight. So everything going well here at Norristown.
41 points is always a fun game to watch, no matter how it happens. And tonight it has just been great execution from the Eagles.
Abington, you have to kind of feel for him, giving up 56 points to Central Bucks West last week, and then already tonight giving up 41 points to the Eagles. They've got to be thinking, man, when do we get a team that's not going to put up as many points against us?
Yeah, and the tough part for them is they've seen 2 pretty different offenses. Central Bucks West can always do a bunch of things, but they're pretty much a power team. regardless of who's playing there, they're a running team. Norristown has gone to the air a lot tonight. A lot. 15 times, 16 times they've gone to the air with a great deal of success. So Abington, having probably taken a physical beating from Central Bucks West last week, today is getting run around and run past.
Matt Spicko on the kickoff, he puts it over the Abington defenders. And I don't think the Abington return men kind of expected that. It just went over their heads.
Roger Grove has discovered a successful formula, and that's keep rotating your kickers out there, and different things will happen. Kevin Qualley is the short kick specialist. Matt Spicko's the line drive blasted through specialist, and that's going to put Abington at their own 20 to start the drive.
Now Abington pretty much right now just looking for some moral victories in this game, starting from the 20-yard line. Once again, Francis Benson looking up top. Play was broken up by number 22, Don Vaughn Jr. He was backing up the whole time, and he just kind of batted that ball away.
Yeah, and a smart play by Vaughn. Your instinct is, I got one, this one's mine, interception. But Vaughn was not in a position to pick that ball off. He was near the sidelines, saw the receiver coming toward him. And when you try and pick a ball off and there's a man coming at you, sometimes it's difficult to keep possession, because once you get it, you're fair game. So Vaughn did the smart thing and batted that ball down and away from the receiver. Smart play.
Well, 2nd and 10 for Abington. Benson on the keeper, and the Norristown Eagles read that one too. Seems like the whole line was in there. Mike Ginyard was the number that I saw in there.
Anything that's slow to develop in the middle of the field for the Ghosts tonight has just been swallowed up by Mike Ginyard. They have to get away from the middle of the field because their center is just not handling Mike Ginyard for a very long time. And usually you can't ask him, because once he snaps that ball, it's a really difficult task to have to block that center, especially one as physical as quick as Mike Ginyard.
So now Abington with a lot of work to do on 3rd and 12.
Yep, it did it again. Did it again.
Benson rolls out to the right. Pass